Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a recorded version of Fast Facts and Features with me. We ran into a little technical difficulty wanting to go Facebook Live, but we didn't want to miss an opportunity to check in with Yan, the store manager. Hi, Yan. How are you doing?
Hi, Jeanette. Hi, everyone. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Well, we were, before we started recording, we were like thinking, what kind of topic are we going to talk about? Do we, suppliers, looks, all the rest of that. And you brought up something really interesting that I think there's a little bit of conversation and catch up out there. And you were saying something about the housing market right now. So what's your feeling about that and construction and renovation right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So, last 2 months, in March and April, we kind of experienced, a lot of changes in the market, right? There's been interest rates going up. There's been, war in Ukraine, and just kind of we're catching up, I guess, a little bit the economic, turmoil in the last 2 years in pandemic. So all of these things kind of came at the same time, and real estate in BC, in April, 35% down in sales. So it's all kind of, definitely affecting, thinking of clients now, of consumers, to be a little bit cautious and kind of see what's going to happen. But at the same time, there's still a lot of products out there. People can really get what they want if they maybe wait a little bit. Definitely beautiful hardwood like Mirage or Vintage. That's kind of the timeless. It's a timeless thing. It's beautiful. Yes, the price kind of went a little bit up, but it's still very good. Obviously, if someone wants to be a little bit more price conscious, then there's a lot of new alternatives. Something like a spill-proof laminate floors.
So I'm going to pause you there for a second because you're starting to get into some really good ideas for your home. Do you think that we are moving towards people maybe staying put and doing that renovation and making their house the way that they want it on that? So that's question number one. You can answer for me. And question number two is, what area of the home would you think somebody should start with to say up the value of their home by putting in a certain floor?
Yeah, absolutely. For your first question, sorry, I got a little bit lost track.
Yeah, no problem. Do you think more people are going to stay put and renovate?
Oh,
and make their house,
that's kind of that's what the pandemic showed already. To some extent, a lot of people just kind of wanted, to, as you mentioned, kind of up the value of the house and stay put and so on. So definitely, if you want to add a value to your house, definitely beautiful flooring is one of the number one things. I believe with roofing, it's one of the biggest expenses in your house. So buying something like Mirage, again, made in Canada, beautiful. We have clients coming 20 years later to us that they won't buy Mirage because they had Mirage in their house for 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
So that's just, that will always apply. Yeah, and I believe, like, if you, it depends on your kind of situation, but if you want to, let's say you have 3 floors, right? It's kind of standard house, basement, main floor, upper floor. Obviously, the biggest expense will be in the main floor because that's where you want to put the nicest, the hard surface. So that will be the best way to start. And then you have these kind of, carpets upstairs. Depends, obviously. If people don't love carpet, then they have to go throughout their house with the carpet. Right. And then basement again. Like basement, it's kind of, you can go both ways because basement is usually colder. Carpet makes totally sense, and carpets like Smart Strand are really fully stain proof, spill proof, soil proof. So yeah, you can do a nice mix, and we're always able to tailor the quotes and the products for clients' needs.
It's a real benefit working with ethical, because when you just said that, I know of other stores where you'd have to get your carpet from this company and you had to get your laminate from this company and you had to get your hardwood for, that company, that your holistic approach, and that you have one project manager that's going to manage, okay, the carpet installation, the hardwood installation, the stairs going in, the laminate or the vinyl plank going in underneath, instead of dealing with 2 or 3 or 5 other people, which I know can drive, when I was in the business as a project manager, some of the contractors a little bit crazy. It's like, who am I talking to now to get this done? And with working at Ethical with your project managers, you have like one person who's in charge of that particular project, which is quite a benefit.
And the advantage also is that, we don't really position ourselves to only low end or only high end, right? We have products from all spheres of the market, obviously not the lowest end, but we have cheaper products which we supply for years. So we found out that even though there's a lower price, they'll be still very good, like no claims, because we found out that they actually work. Obviously you're probably sacrificing something, let's say in a carpet, instead of nylon or smart strand, you get a polyester, which has its downfalls, because it's not as resilient, for example. And the same with hardwood, it usually depends where is it made. If you want to, made in China and lower cost, we can offer that, but you can be sure that it's gonna be, tested by either Floor Score or Green Guard for off-gas and chemicals. We also know that the company's been around for a long time, not just some pop-up, kind of brand, which next year will be gone and you will never be able to put a claim through if there's something really happening. So that's kind of our, as you said, holistic approach to, just supply, not just, ethical products, but at the same time, just products which will be tested for a long time.
And I can tell you a couple of scenarios. I have sent, because I still get, I have my clients and good relationships that I've made with people over the years, and they'll send me pictures and go, Jeanette, can you get me more of this product? And they try and give me all the specs, and I'll send it to Kevin, and Kevin will go, that's a one-off brand. That's a one-off brand. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to tell you the benefit of using a good quality, well-known product. I have a girlfriend who had Mirage Maple, I think in about a 4 1/4. It was installed quite a while ago, a nice 4 1/4 inch maple floor. And she was able to tell me it was Mirage. I was able to then dig deep into how it was time for her to resurface it, because her house was built about 25 years ago. And I was able to tell her, this is what's on it. So the guy that came in and refinished it, because it still had a nice wear layer on it, to be able to, what sandpaper to use, how to stain it, how to treat it really well. And now she's got another 25, 30 years of her floor, because we knew, and she's very, very happy. So
I have another example. We just had a client, who purchased Mirage, specifically 10 years ago, and the color doesn't exist anymore. But because Mirage is keeping everything on record, they were able to produce it as a custom order. He only needed 3 boxes, and obviously it cost a little bit more, but we were able to give him the floor, which with other brands you will be never able to get anymore, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Jan, for your time. I know it is a busy time there at Ethical Flooring, with people renovating, building homes, and coming in to get their education about hardwood floor as well from your project managers. So thank you so much. And we will touch base with you again next month, because next week we're looping back in with Kevin again and continue our conversation. So again, thank you so much. And we will see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, Jeanette.